tug. Depo drop, what the fuck? It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Pecuniary! Bubbles wants to ask the questions. Shocket slams with good objections. Jeremy hitting with logical reasoning. Forces Bubbles through unquestionable weaseling. Bubbles acts like a broken record. Jeremy stands his ground like an expert. Judge or jury will determine the facts. That's confidential, oh snap. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Pecuniary, pecuniary, pecuniary. Bubbles wants to ask the questions. Shocket slams with good objections. Jeremy hitting with logical reasoning. Forces Bubbles through unquestionable weaseling. Bubbles acts like a broken record. Jeremy stands his ground like an expert. Judge or jury will determine the facts. That's confidential, oh snap. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Poor Jeff was left all on his own, cause Megan had Tug on the phone. Something urgent did pop up, but Jeff joins the stream and they're all made up. Now the trio on stream outstanding. So reading, continuance demanding. Just a couple of pages or maybe 10, but it all continues on Tuesday again. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Jeff almost breaks down laughing. Fox and Vice is content drowning and splashing. Content Krampus, Megalodonus, meat sweats begging Megan. Professional.
Well, welcome back. I'm back from Sin City. Yes, I was in Sin City, Las Vegas for 4 days. I was there for 2 days too many, I think. I think 2 days is the only amount of time that maybe Vegas should be a thing. I don't know. It gets to you after a while.
You have missed so much clown show in those days.
I know I did. Well, no, I didn't, because Vegas is an entire clown show. That's all it is.
Well, that's right. You missed the particular clown show, let's say. So Las Vegas was really fun. For those of you who don't know, I was there for Reality Steve's 50th birthday party. He had a 1980s themed party in Vegas at the House of Blues. It was so fun. I do have some pictures if you guys would like to see them. Apparently I look really good in the 80s. That's what the consensus is. They're like, oh my God, you look so good. I'm like, yeah, that's how I used to look in the 80s, with the hair, the way that it was. It's a good look on me. So I did Wings, and it's hilarious. So if those of you who know Dave Neal, Dave was there. Here's some pictures. This is so funny. There was a photo booth. We were cutting up in the photo booth. There's Dave Neal with a giant mustache. And my girlfriends, one of them dressed up like Madonna. It was hysterical. She had the entire thing, wedding dress, everything. Two of my girlfriends, we were at this was outside House of Blues, which is in the Mandalay Bay, by the way, and I do not recommend the Mandalay Bay. So there's me and Reality Steve at his party. Steve Carbone, super nice guy. I did a lot of coverage of the Laura Owens case with him, and he is to be applauded for his work on that case. Oh, yeah.
Steve really brought it to the forefront. He really did. And Rachel Juarez, if you guys don't know her, she is awesome. She is the judge on the Hot Bench on network TV. It's a judge show that was put into production by Judge Judy. And Rachel Juarez is a Harvard-educated lawyer who plays a judge in the show, and she is the one who destroyed David Gingras on that debate, which
yeah.
You and I still haven't watched.
I didn't recognize the name, but I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely caught that show.
And Rachel, by the way, Rachel is so awesome. She is such a baller. This woman is a pro poker player. She dropped out of college for a while to play poker. For real. Like she's real and unbelievable. And then so I was watching them play craps, and Steve was winning like big time. They both had a couple $1,000s on the table, and they both made like $2,000 to $3,000 that night. And then I guess Steve lost it the next night, but he got it all back before we left. But Rachel is amazing. She's so smart and funny. And then she and I were playing slots all night. It was just hysterical. She's a really cool lady, very nice girl.
Did you win at all?
Did I win? No. No, I think out of I'm very lucky that I have a very good best friend who decided to pay for this entire trip. And she gave us gambling money. So I only lost her money.
Oh, that's actually
yeah, but she won a bunch of it back. She won like $3,000 on a $100 roulette wheel bet. Mm-hmm.
Wow, so she was doing much better than
she was doing much better than me. I think I probably gambled $600 and I won back right at the end. I got back like almost 200. That's it. So I only lost like 4. Not too bad.
I hate losing money. Like I can't stand it. I never gamble because I didn't
gamble anything big. I was just doing slots, like really small slots, like 25-cent bets, because I don't like gambling either. It scares me. You know, like it scares me to watch $100 just like go away. So it lasted me all 4 days. But yeah, it was so fun. And we saw a show called Absinthe. Have you guys seen this show? Or heard about it? It's like Cirque du Soleil, right? With the acrobats and stuff and the swinging around on the ceiling, but it's a little more raunchy and like rock and roll. There was this one act. I'll actually try to put it up on Twitter. I can't play the music because it's Metallica and I'll get dinged.
Oh yeah.
But I will be here. Oh wait, stop playing the music. It's on my phone.
Yeah, you better not.
Stop. I want to put it on Twitter. I won't play the music, but I'll show you how cool it was. We were in the second row. It's a very small theater. It's like a little tent. And let's see, how do I spell this? Anyway, when I showed this to Slug, I sent him the video of this, and he goes, "Oh my God, she turned into a fidget spinner." That's exactly what happened. So there's all these acts, these different acts that come onto the stage, and the stage is literally right in front of you. It's a very small round theater, like a circus tent, and it was shocking how good these people were. There was acrobats throwing people up in the air. There were girls flying around everywhere. It was awesome. But I want to show you this one move. Okay, here, I can show you this way. I just can't turn it on because of the music. But here we go. No. All right, stop. I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't come on. Here we go. All right, let me see if I can make it big without the music coming on. Okay, there we go. Wait, it's still not. It unmuted it. Okay, can you see it now? All right, you can. Watch this. They're on roller skates. This is so insane. And she's spinning. She's being held by her head on a thing around his neck. Look at this.
That is crazy.
I know. It was so nuts. It was so fun, though. Dave Neal actually suggested we go see this show because we were talking about going to see a show, and he's like, you should definitely go see Absinthe. It's like an amazing Cirque du Soleil, but like even crazier. And it was really good. It was burlesque. There was a lot of burlesque in it. It's definitely not a show for kids. There was a lot of, although I really don't understand people who bring kids to Vegas anyway.
Yeah, but to say, it is.
There were a lot of kids there. There were a lot of kids, but there are also a lot of bare asses on the strip, you know? Like, I don't think I could take my kids there and feel good about it.
I would feel really good about that.
It's not really a kid place. I mean, you could take kids, but you probably shouldn't. Although Dave had his baby there. Oh my God, he's so cute. Augie is so cute. Of course, Dave and Tasha were like, they stayed in their hotel room like almost the entire
I can understand a baby. I mean, that's a little, sometimes you gotta have, it's hard to go anywhere.
Right.
And
a baby is a little different than a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I totally get that.
But Augie is so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's so adorable. And he's so funny because he just wants to be a part of everything. And like we went to dinner the first night we were there, and we ate at Wolfgang Puck's, which is very good food, but they are very slow. Just letting you know, like don't go there very hungry because it's going to be a while. And Augie was there, and Dave was just holding him, and he was so tired, and you could see that he wanted to fall asleep, and he would fall asleep for like a few minutes, but then his eyes would pop open like, what's going on? I don't want to miss anything. It was so cute. You couldn't put him down or anything because he'd immediately pop right up. So cute.
That's how they are, man. They're like, nope, too much going on. I know it.
Too much. There's stuff going on I'm not gonna miss.
There's not enough time. I was in the womb too long.
Right.
I need the noise. I got it. I hear them.
Steven says that the roller skaters were on America's Got Talent last year. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, they were amazing, and there were so many amazing acts, but that one was like, it blew me away. There was also this one act where these girls got up on poles, really, really high poles, like, I don't know, 25 feet in the air. And at the time they were bendy. And at the top, they strapped themselves into like these leg braces at the top. And then they start rocking back and forth until these poles are swinging back and forth, going down to the stage and then flinging them back up and then back down. And they had this entire coordinated, like, I don't know, dance routine on these poles that just like huge, swinging all over the place. But it wasn't like pole dancing, it was like pole swinging. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I have a video of it somewhere, but I don't know where. It was amazing. It was great. There was also a guy in a bathtub. He was in a bathtub. It was very flash dance because he was dancing with spraying water everywhere. So it was very flash dance. They gave the front row plastic, and we were in the second row. And I was like, wait a minute, what about us? We're only like a foot away from them. Yeah, we got soaked. And he was wearing just jeans. So he was in this bathtub, and then he gets pulled up on these rope things, and he's spinning around, and the water is just flying off of his jeans, right? So it's just getting the entire crowd wet. And it was hilarious. It was very funny. It was a good time. Pole swingers sounds like a new Otter Creek caricature.
It definitely sounds like a very strange reality show.
Yeah, so I guess I missed like a whole bunch of crazy shit, and like I'm pretty happy about it, actually. I don't feel like I've missed anything. I feel well rested. Do I really have to catch up? Do I?
You need to
talk
read
about Vegas.
I mean, okay, look, my favorite. I went through Bruce's pleading last night, and my favorite part here, I pulled this up for you. I thought you would enjoy this part. Okay, this is talking about the whatnot contact. Oh my God, this is so crazy. Here, put that on the screen for me, please.
All right.
Okay, now down here, he's talking about how this came about. Now, you remember the whatnot contract, right? You remember the email, Randy wrote, he tagged him in there. He's essentially saying, we don't have any type of confidentiality agreement or anything. So he's essentially making sure that Bruce is tagged in. He knows communication is going on, but also he's telling whatnot, hey, you shouldn't be talking about this to this guy because there's nothing installed yet. Here's him talking about it. He talks about reaching out and everything. He says he copies Manskin on it. In his email, Shockett made comments that Manskin viewed as misrepresenting their discussion and unfairly besmirching him to whatnot. That's why he decides that he's going to respond and call out discovery misconduct, framed what he perceived as Jeremy Hale's litigation abuses, and invites whatnot to discuss issues pertaining to Hales v. Preston, so as to avoid subpoenas and depots. Yeah. So that
doesn't even make any sense. Like,
well, what's crazy is, okay, you see that he's saying I was insulted by this guy, right? All right. So well, let's pull up the email. Like the email itself, it's pretty short.
He was
but
insulted by Randy?
yeah. So let's look here. He was besmirched by him. So let's see the besmirching here. This is the this is the entire thing right here.
Okay, here we go.
All right, check this out. So, hello, Mr. Cam. I represent Jeremy Hales. Mr. Hales is a plaintiff in a federal lawsuit in which the defendants have requested that the agreements between my clients and whatnot be produced. The contract, as you know, requires written consent of whatnot in order to be produced, and also requires it to be produced pursuant to a court order. So right there, no besmirching, right? Do you see anything there?
No, no. But that's besmirchment free right there.
Okay. Second part, we currently don't have a court order, although I have suggested to my opponent, Attorney Manskin, copied here, that we simply agree to such an order. There's been no proposed agreement order from my opponent. Okay? Do you see besmirchment there?
I don't, but Bruce would. He would say that Randy is saying he won't agree. So since he won't agree, we have to bother you with this. And because my opponent won't agree.
That's insanity, though. What this to me says is in the next week, we're going to draft something, a confidentiality agreement, and it tells whatnot. Number one, it explains what's coming. But number two, it also tells them not to be communicating with this guy about contracts, no matter what he says, because he doesn't have he doesn't have any type of agreement on it. Now, what you find out through this, though, is really interesting. You find out there are multiple contacts through here. If you look, I have decided to knock out a few. Okay. But you'll notice there's Cam, right? Okay. Well, we actually have other people that this was CC'd to. We have Amy Wecker here.
Oh, God.
Jules Moon. These are all whatnot people. Grant LaFontaine is actually a whatnot person. And there's another one.
Wait, go back.
Yeah, this
the
is
one with all the red.
Yeah, this is Randy to Bruce. This is Randy to Bruce. He's like, yo.
Wait. Oh my God, I have not seen this.
Oh yeah. Okay, well let's look at here.
Wait,
okay,
you have
so,
attempted to wait. You keep moving it.
I know. I'm going to go in its order. Damn it! You're out of order. If you haven't seen it, it needs to be in order. Shit. It must be in order.
Damn it. How can people say that you're nicer than me? Honest to God. All I'm asking is to see this one email.
Never.
But he's the nice guy. This guy's the nice guy.
I am the nice guy, by the way. That is. See, you're the monster that drives people to that. That's right.
If they
I
only
must have order. That is funny, though. Yes, apparently there was a discussion yesterday where I'm nicer than Megan. I was like, what? When did this happen?
Wait a minute. He's nice. That you not. This guy is an asshole. Like,
what the fuck? It's got to be.
Do you not know this man?
If you ran your mouth like that in real life to me, I will beat you with a fucking hammer.
It's got to be the Southern or something. I'm not sure. I am not
They
sure.
They do not know you at all.
It's so bizarre.
If they did know you, though, they wouldn't fuck with you at all. But they do fuck with you because they don't know you. But no, he is not the nice one in this scenario. Just
That's
saying.
so funny, though. It was funny when I was like, what? Do what again?
I'm the nice one?
Yeah.
No. Oh, thanks a lot.
Yeah, actually, through this.
She says, nicer than Megan is not a high bar. Oh, fuck off. Fuck you.
All
You're
right.
both a little mean, says Verette Jones.
That's hilarious. You're both a little mean. Megan still has faith in people. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It comes out. You see
I'm
it.
gonna
And
have to get
no,
rid of
Megan. Those are just awful people. They're not.
No, Megan.
I'm really disappointed in what this person over here did. I thought maybe, after everything. No, they're just bad people, Megan.
Speaking
You can
of
see
disappointment, that asshole Ray Hip dropped all my private messages to him today. I mean, if he thinks he's going to get away with that, I am going to tell you right now, he did it all because he wanted promotion from me and I wouldn't give it to him. And now my former pear-headed friend Ray Hip, which is what I will always refer to him as now.
Yeah.
My former pear-headed friend Ray Hip just completely betrayed our friendship. He posted my private text messages to him. And I mean, these people just continue to pull this shit with me. I don't know. Do I have like giant letters on me that say doormat? Like, and just walk on me? Do I have a sign on my back that says kick me? I'm not
maybe
sure.
on your back. Yeah. You were in Vegas with a bunch of clowns. So probably.
That's true.
I mean, you were there with a bunch of comedian assholes. So God knows what kind of sign. You better check yourself at least
I know.
what today was.
I was walking around with Dave Neal.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
I was late to the
They're
party.
clowns in the best type, not the clownsel kind, but the fucking funny people.
The funny kind. I was late to Steve's party, and Steve was speaking, and I guess he introduced me, and I wasn't there. Like, that's really awful.
Oh no!
I was on my way down, but I was late. And I didn't know he was going to say anything about me. I didn't know he was going to do any of that. He didn't tell me. And then just as I walk in, Dave Neal was on the stage doing like he was roasting Steve. And he's like, yeah, Megan Fox, I think she's here. Well, we thought she was here. I think she got deported. That was so funny. Oh, so it was good. But I was late. As usual, I'm always late. Everyone should know this about me.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you watched the show? 15 minutes.
Today we were only 13 minutes late.
I aim for 8 to 10. It's just my thing. I aim for 8 to 10 on my own show. I do it on purpose. I keep telling people are like, why are you late? Well, because we can be on time. And then people will roll in and ask us to repeat everything that we go over for the first 30 minutes, or we can add 10 minutes plus like a 3 to 4 minute song buffer, and bam, we're usually good to go. All right, so you've seen this one. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then you had Bruce's reply, which you've seen.
But I don't know why you scrolled all the way up
no,
here.
because I want you to see these other that are in here. You're missing other stuff in here. Look, he's sent them to other people too. Look, he's actually brought in other Whatnot folks, and he's like, hey, while you're here, see these as well. See these emails to Mr. Cam. Please have Whatnot representatives contact me as indicated below. So he's bringing in more Whatnot individuals. So while he's saying, I didn't do anything, and now his argument is, well, I did this as a lawyer, therefore I can do whatever. That's part of his argument too. I did it as a lawyer, so I'm protected. Then he also forwards it to another one. You can see that right here. And then Randy responds. This is the Randy response. So, I mean, Bruce was sending it all over the place. Like, we hadn't seen that.
Okay, because I'm considering that your request to produce the contract is being withdrawn. That is because you, as an agent of your clients, have now contacted Whatnot for the purpose of attempting to interfere with Jeremy Hale's What the Hale's business with Whatnot. Yep. That means that you, as an agent of your clients, tortiously interfered with the Whatnot contracted issue via your email when you stated Mr. Cam should know that you are dragging him and his company into your client's scam of contrived litigation to create YouTube content for your client's storylines. Mr. Cam may be interested to learn that as part of your and your client's litigation scam that you are now trying to involve Whatnot in, he committed perjury to trick the federal court into exercising jurisdiction by filing a false affidavit stating my clients made and were making online posts calling him a child predator.
You should have put in red the predator part. He should have put the predator part in red. Anytime you put that in there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it's stated. You put that in there with somebody else's name. That is one of the worst things that you can.
It is. And so he's repeating all of the things that we already read that Bruce wrote. Okay, what's underneath this?
Yeah.
What's
Well,
at
and
the bottom?
like you said, we'd never seen that.
That's it.
And
Okay. So
no, and
basically
then,
saying you're not getting
you
the
also
contract
had-
now. What's his response?
You had Bruce forwarding out too. He's still forwarding. Look, he's pushing out more.
Wow.
Yeah. And we, on top of this, here's his statement too. He said, further to my prior email, see below. Attorney Shockett's email to Mr. Moon CCing me was his trick to get me to respond. So he could then write below the email all red.
With all the red. With all the red.
I'm the victim here. Me, Bruce, I'm the victim for what I did.
This is horrible.
What a piece of shit, man. I mean, these clowns, again, you could imagine if somebody took aim at anything. Remember, just mentioning the schedule with his wife's work, that was not only a bridge too far, but he used that as a reason to get out of court and everything else, saying, these people are after me, but trying to burn down this man, people going to where he lives, driving around, following George. I mean, that's okay though. Huh, I see. Yeah, so you had this.
And then that says, I do not know what machinations you are orchestrating by copying me on this communication.
Yeah, he put his that was his first line that he put on his email.
Oh, now I do. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh God, what
now I do. See, this is crazy. Like, he's fucking crazy. You remember
I look forward to this. Do not have to talk about or think about this man ever again.
Randy needs to find out if there's more, because we know there's another communication that we have not seen. And the reason we know that is because of John Cook. Remember John Cook. Now, this is blurry, but still, I'm going to pull this up anyway. So when John Cook released that document that Bruce kept saying, the summary judgment one, remember, this was his bombshell in it. It was Whatnot communicating with him. So if Whatnot is communicating back, we're missing pieces of the communication here.
Yep.
We haven't seen it all. And
also, in some of that communication, it sounded like he had spoken to some of them on the phone.
Yeah, he's asking them, and that, I mean, they need to find out. Well, he did. He put in his here, let me read the way he says this. Give me 1 second. Because he makes a threat in here. How he loves to threaten. He said, quote, Mr. Cam may reach me at redacted. If he prefers, I invite him to call me along with Whatnot's legal representative or to forward my name and number to the appropriate person to contact me. An informal call should be all that's necessary to avoid further involvement in this nonsense that you're trying to cause with your email. So if they're talking, no telling what he says outside of these kind of communications. No telling what he told these people,
right?
When there's no record of it. And I mean, that's insane too, to think that he is contacting a business with whom there is a contract, Jeremy Hales. And he's saying, God knows what. I mean, could you imagine? I've seen plenty of lawyers, in different lawsuits contacting Warner Brothers, Disney, all these other companies, right? They always leave a paper trail. They do it on purpose because you don't want to involve yourself in this stuff. This is him skirting the line where he's been able to get away with it so far, and I don't have any faith in the judicial system, honestly.
If Whatnot has altered their contract or not offered one to Jeremy again after all of this, oh my God, it's going to be bad for Bruce, because this is undeniable proof that he interfered in this contract with him.
Yeah, he's playing this. Yeah, he's like, well, I'm doing it as a lawyer, therefore I can't. I have immunity. It's okay, you
don't have shit. You're being sued for tortious interference. You don't have shit. You don't have immunity. You're being sued for this. And it's just more evidence that he's refusing to act like a normal person. Oh, by the way, don't forget, If you enjoy the show, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe. And also, because I've been gone for a week and I've not done any uploading, I should have because the algorithm will forget me. If you like the show and you want to support it, check out brand new super tips. They're hilarious. Supertip.gg/Megan Fox. You can send AI chats, which is just purely for parody and satire. And it sounds something like this. Thanks, SF, for the 5.
Megan, glad you're home. It was fun talking to you and Rachel while you guys were gambling.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So yes, if you are a Locals fan or a Locals subscriber, you can go to meganfox.locals.com and you get to see a bunch of stuff from Vegas because I posted what did I post? I posted me and Rachel I posted us on the whatchamacallit, the slot machines we were playing. She was teaching me how to play. And it was really funny. So I did a bunch of live streams around the casino. You do have to be a local subscriber in order to get those videos. Those are behind the paywall. It's only $5 a month. It's basically like a YouTube membership. meganfox.locals.com. A lot of fun. A lot of behind the scenes in Vegas stuff. Also, Steve's party is up there. And there's like videos of Steve dancing and stuff. It's funny. And Dave getting mobbed by fans, which was hilarious for me. I just stood there and held the camera. I was like, oh my God, look at this guy and his fans. Would you like me to take photos? It was so funny. It was really funny. Is Ace, thanks for the 5.
Gee, our fox mother is back. Take my coffee money.
Oh my God, that was Mary Lenkins. We have new voices. The new voices are here. You know what that means? That means Legal Vices is in there. So is Douche Canoe, Esquire, and Mary Lenkins. Mary Lenkins. I know. She has a new voice as well. So thank you for that. And Rickle64, thanks for the 5.
Those pile people better not be doing any marriages. That's my grift.
The poll people, you mean?
Pile people.
The pile people. Just J Hip. Don't think that this $10 super tip is going to make our little fight go away.
I don't know how anyone
God, did you see this
channel. LOL. That was fun fake fight. Kind of like my last 12 pregnancies.
Fake. I don't think it was fake. You hurt my feelings, Ray Hip, my former pear-headed friend, Ray Hip. You hurt my feelings. I don't think I'm going to get over that anytime soon. Sorry. Did I see what, Tug?
Those wonderful messages about how nice then. I mean, we were talking about them.
Yeah.
God, that was good. Between that and Shara getting threatened by by LP last night, that was pretty amazing too.
Yeah, you mean the messages that Lips sent to Ray Hip, my former pear-headed friend Ray Hip?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They were crazy.
Oh yeah,
literally crazy, and it just goes to show that they have an unhealthy obsession with me for some reason. And
it just shows you're mean. Like I said, I think that umbrella guy is, and well, I'm sorry, it said you and that umbrella guy I think are nice people. I can tell. That's why I want to talk to you, because you're nice people. My issue isn't really with you. It's either Jeremy and Megan.
Yeah,
damn,
what?
Megan, you monster.
Apparently I am some kind of monster. I don't know. But saying that you're nicer than me though makes me laugh because that is not true.
Oh man,
that is decidedly that is fake news.
You are fake news.
Sorry, but it is.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Everybody knows. Oh no, I'm gonna start singing that song.
Everybody knows.
Like Baz Luhrmann. I'm not bad. What's his damn name? Deep voice guy. Everybody knows.
I don't know.
I can't think of his name.
That.
Damn, I can't think of his name. He died not too long ago. Cohen. Leonard Cohen. That's it.
That was a great song, though.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I got stuck in that. I was like, what is his damn name? Between that and the Preston stuff last night, where she threatened, she threatened Shara.
Yeah, she threatened Shara, and then I guess she took it all down.
No, she blocked her, and
she blocked Shara.
Yeah. She talked about it.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, well, I just pulled that up. If people missed it, you want to see them?
Yeah, do you have it?
Yeah, I do. Did you catch all of the crazy how this all kicked off and everything?
No.
Oh
I was in Vegas watching girls spin around on
give me a minute. I'll
poles
put
and
it all
shit.
together. Just give me a minute. because I've got it all here. It just take me a second, you know.
I was gambling away my friend's money like water.
I was looking at it and I was like, did she just threaten Shara? And by the time most people got around to it, she had she threatened her with a lawsuit, by the way. She did, but then she decided that she would block her and pretend it never happened. You know, because Shara was like, yeah, no. Well, it is funny. There's proof of what Shara is saying. You know, Shara called her out and said that essentially she was lying. And she didn't like that. Here, let's go. Because it was about Jamie. You know, let's see. All right, so here's how this starts. Give me a second. Here is number one. This is how it all kicks off. You know, I want to include it all there. So she posted, and this by itself is interesting, and it again gets blown up by Shara. But to those saying Jamie flew to my home in Northport to help me clean it up and to sell it, and I mistreated her. I like it. It looks like an eye device. I mistreated her.
Like, is that like an iPass?
Yeah. It's actually like a, it's like a backhand that, you know, it comes, it's an attachment to your iPhone. It's the I mistreater. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like, you want to know about the rule of thumb? Like, no. Well, dears. Oh, my gross, man.
Dears?
Oh, my gross. I hate it when people, yeah. Well, dears. I have witnesses that she showed up high as a kite on our couch and didn't wake up for 3 days because she'd been up on meth for days before coming to meet me. I cooked for her. I'm hoping food, by the way. I'm hoping that's not rock that you were cooking, just to say.
Yeah, what was being cooked exactly?
Exactly. You know, maybe offering to take her places, but she couldn't because she was coming down off of it. We actually became very close that visit. I offered to help her get clean to save her kids. So you talking garbage should vet what you say. I have witnesses, people. To this day, I do not hate Jamie. I feel bad for her. I am sad she's stoked from us. Stoked from us. I'm sad I had to see the meth in action in Florida here. And again, I have witnesses, people. He got high with her. Well, who's he, by the way? I don't know. I don't know. And stayed overnight with her. I pray for her. See, it just says he. It just pops in. I don't even know who that was supposed to be. You know,
Who's he?
I don't know. But I pray for her and her kids who are special needs kiddos. Seriously. So stop your lies. Now, that goes up. All right. So Shara decides, I think I'm going to respond to that directly. Man, that was, this all just sets off. It's been something to watch. So these are going to be posted. Since they're screenshots, they will be posted from newest to oldest. So we have to start at the bottom here. Give me 1 minute. All right. So you can see on the bottom there, that's where we start. Jamie didn't steal a thing from you. She also worked very hard to help you. You even tried to force her to clean up more trash and rotten food from your property while she had a broke foot. Where's all her property? The sheriff's deputy instructed you to return to her. Interesting. Then she asked the thing that I think should be asked of her, period. Why are you inviting so many people you claim are on meth to your home?
Why are you?
I mean, for real, it's a good question. With your small child present, while you tell CPS no one on your property does meth. What about the recent violent paint huffer you invited to live on your property with your small child? Why also are you publishing medical information about Jamie's minor children? You know, them being special needs. No one knew that before. So she's the one who put that out into the world. I'll be covering Jamie's story. She's the victim. All right. So this starts this kickoff. Now, while this is going on too, people start posting some information, let's say, that it kind of fills in the blanks. You know, like let's say pictures, for example. thanks for Jamie. So the same person that she's saying was useless, high as a kite, couldn't do anything at all. Well, there were pictures, here we go. So this was her post back when, though. Oh, house is on the market today. Property paperwork signed for offer. And my wonderful friend, Jamie Starr Johnson, has been such a huge blessing to me. I can't wait to move and to build our new home. Yay, life is good. So you have all of this, oh, look, posing and everything else. So those start popping up out there. And then last night, we get a new chapter in it. We actually have responses. Stuff, man, I tell you. All right, so let's see. I have to. This is in pieces, by the way, because there's a lot of response. It takes a minute. Oh man. All right, check this out. So here's the first response from last night. So Shara again tags her in. Shara, unlike you, I haven't said one word about you, not one. No, you just get your PR mouthpieces to do it, right?
Right.
I mean, let's be honest about that. That's some
they
bullshit.
said a whole lot about Shara.
Oh yeah. And remember they said that they got a tablet from who? Remember when they threatened about the tablet? Where did it come from, Lynette? Huh. Because it show didn't come from 2L. They wouldn't have had access that way. It came from Preston. So this is a bunch of bullshit. I'm the victim here every time. But I will defend any lies that are said. I'm going to defend any lies that are said. That's beautiful. I love that. So
any lies.
Yeah. She's like, I've never said a word to you. And as far as Jamie goes, I will defend any lies that are said. So anything I said that lied about it, I'll defend it.
I'll defend it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. I love it. Jamie did not help me at my Northport house clean my house. She did not. She came high as a kite, slept for 3 days while she was withdrawing. That's the God's honest truth. And I think you better jump off and not comment and not speak to me again because you're about to see what is going to happen because I'm done with everything you posted, every lie, every harassment, every slanderous you are about to see. There's more. Yeah, she's threatening her, like straight up started threatening her ass last night. I was like, damn, this is, she needs her internet handler back because again, she was out of control before, but my God, I think Bruce had the leash on somewhat. He had to have, because she would post some dumb stuff every now and then, but the level these days is just insane. But you're about to see what I'm going to do about it. You were worried about the other person. You should have been worried about me. You don't pass lies and get away with it. You have a blessed day. That's a fucking threat and a half. Then she comes in to post more and try to clean it up, because then she's going to be like, hey, that's a lawsuit. Because that by itself is a fucking threat. Undeniable threat. She posted a lot of words and did not say in court or anything else. And P.S. Nobody is my PR. There is nobody that speaks for me but me. I use my own voice. You were so jealous when you thought that 2 leaves in a pod. 2
leaves?
Yeah, it sounds like 2 leaves floating in a toilet.
2 weebs in a pod. That's funny.
Were hired by me. They were not. Hey, wait. You thought they were hired? Why would you get that impression? That's fascinating. So you're admitting that the hiring process, anything that she denies, is pretty much admittal these days. I had nothing to do with them investigating this. Nothing. You falsely blame me, and then you slam me ever since. Well, it's about to. This stuff is. Oh, she is fucking crazy.
Is that it?
It's about
Or is there
to. No, I'm
more?
pulling. I'm pulling.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
All right, while
Shark
you're
gets
pulling
this
that,
one.
I'll hit a couple of these super chats. Green Veggie Bees, thanks to the 5. Woohoo! I'm gonna make everyone wait because I like being late. Let's see how long they will wait.
Woo!
Cutting Linguist says your Muppet is at least 20 years older than you. Yeah, I know. ChatGPT did me so dirty on the
Oh my
thumbnail
God, that's
today.
what I need. I need to take your picture and make it into old Muppet.
Oh my God! If you
Old
if
Muppet
you
Megan.
do that, I will kill you. Stop
Yeah.
it! Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Old Muppet Megan. I like it. You know, it's kind of like that movie, the X-Men, Old Man Logan and all that. We're going to do Old Muppet Megan. Yeah. That's going to be our new breakaway series.
Oh God!
Okay. So she says, congratulations. You got yourself a lawsuit. Okay. So
Another one?
Sure.
Like how many people is she gonna sue?
Where the fuck
Where
are
is
you
she
gonna, I mean,
Where's she
really?
gonna get all the money for all these lawsuits?
You going to sue Shara now? Okay. Well, that's going to be real interesting because you know what? Shara has a lot on you, lady, and a lot on your friends too. So, as far as you all trying to, again, I want to note this to the chat there. If they do come after Shara, people need to step up and help her with that because these people, they have been able to silence so many other folks that have come forward. Shara was like, yo, I'm gonna speak truth here. So if they actually try to put her in the crosshairs legally, then we need to step up. And we will. But she says, I'm not slammed you. I corrected you in your team's public lies. And that's the kicker there. She's posting all this stuff publicly. I'm a journalist on this story. In response to your threat, I will counter like a mother. I'm not afraid of the truth. So then Lynette, of course, blocks her, and somebody was like, why don't you just block her? and she, oh my God, she has to go on the victim trip too.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, again, Shara, it's a public post. Shara has every right to respond to a public post. These people, that's the thing I've been saying for a while. They want to use community posting in YouTube like it's some kind of message board because ultimately they're too big of a coward to take and post somewhere like, say, a Twitter where people can actually answer you. But she was told, why not? And she said, I just learned how. It's so sad these people can't and won't see the truth. You're talking about Shara that was in your corner 100%, by the way. So saying these people is kind of crazy. That now extends to people like Shara, We've been cleared every single time we been claimed to have done something wrong, and the sheriff reported to the other person, in fact, was setting us up and stalking us. What? You're saying that Jeremy, the sheriff, said that Jeremy was setting you up and stalking you? What? Yeah, she said that's what she just noted.
That's silly.
Not just that. She's telling the public there, it's right there in public to see. What a crazy person.
If the sheriff told her that, I mean, I doubt it. She misunderstands a lot of things. And sometimes I wonder if she's telling stories or if she truly is just misunderstanding things because she seems to misunderstand a lot.
If these sheriffs, though, for real, if they're like, hey, the guy over here that has a protective order against these people, he's in the wrong and he's, somehow the party to blame. Well, the sad thing is, I feel like, of course, they're full of shit. But at the same time, man, I do not trust these parties. But I do not believe for an instant if they had them saying that, it would be splashed everywhere. We would see it posted everywhere. So doesn't make sense.
This is
Somebody did
true.
a timeline too, which is funny. Somebody was like, so she slept for 3 days and was drawing and couldn't do anything. So what about this timeline? They were like, here, so Jamie says, I'm gonna come out for a few days, few days there go by. LP posts, Jamie coming to my aid to help me. So 14th, she flew high, didn't wake up for 3 days. So she slept day 1, day 2, day 3. And the 17th, Otter Creek looking fine, awake, not drunk, burned out with LP. And on the 18th, LP is posting this week, well, she's been here selling the house, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, wait a minute. How is this working? If she has gone through meth withdrawals, like major meth withdrawals, like she's talking about, you wouldn't be outside posing for pictures and shit. That's not how it works.
No, it is not. But speaking of Shara, by the way, I thought that it would be a good idea for us to get back to Shara's deposition today.
Okay.
Because we are on page 170 of 363. And we're getting through it. We're motoring through it very slowly, but it's always good. It's always a good time. So if those of you in the chat, give me a thumbs up if you want us to get to the deposition as soon as I get past these next couple of super tips, because guess what, Tug? Guess who else's voice is in here now? Can you guess?
I think I can guess, but we'll hear.
Let's see. Becky Fearwreck, thanks for the 5, trying out the new voice.
We like pair-headed people.
That would be legal vices. It's good to have Jeff in here.
I remember what you were talking about, like adding him in. I was like, that's good. Yeah.
My first attempt went really poorly and he sounded terrible. But Nick's producer, Ryan, had done one too. And his sound clips that he chose worked out much better and it sounded much more like him. So here's one from Muppet Man Dwayne Rapp.
What is the deal with all these aliens?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dad.
Megan, those aliens you probe, but called it colonoscopy.
Oh, yes, the ones in the scent trash bags in the backyard.
Megan Fox, you not a nice person, but that J Hip, he a cute.
He a cute.
A cute?
What? Oh, Rick Reed, thanks for the 5.
On the blue bucket, thinking of Deuce.
Of Deuce, I think that was supposed to say.
Oh,
Skipper
hey, by the
Tricky.
way, you forgot your PSA for these.
Oh, I did say it in the beginning, but I'll say it again now. These voices are just for satire and parody. They are not real people. They are computers. And this is simply a joke. Just your words, nobody else's. Your words in AI computer voice. And it's fun. Skip for Trucking, thanks for the 5.
As good at pushing buttons as you are, you had to be taught how to play slots. What a blonde thing to say.
Douche Canoe Esquire sounds so good. It sounds exactly like him. It's so funny. And yeah, it's true. I had to be taught how to play slots, which is ridiculous. But I do have a picture. I have a picture of me playing slots in Vegas. Would you like to see it?
Sure.
I feel like you probably want to see it. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. You're going to like this. There we go. There it is. In my 80s costume. There we go. What do you think?
That is some straight 80s for sure. That's hilarious.
Oh, God. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. Who's next? Mary Q. Lenkins. Thanks for the 5.
Shy Megan, not sure if this is a super chat or if I just ordered a toaster. Either way, you're doing great, sweetheart. Love from me and Duke. Mary Q. Lenkins.
I love you, Mary. It's great. It was all in caps. Perfect. That was absolutely perfect. I love Mary's voice. Mary Lincoln's voice is absolutely the best. And I'm so glad that she's part of the show now. And yes, I guess pushing buttons, not knowing how to push buttons is kind of a blonde thing. But like I said, it's not easy being blonde. Nope, it isn't. All right. We are on page 170 of 363. If you remember, last time we left off on this here little
If you remember, yeah, totally. I'm right there.
If you recall, we had just gotten to the point where Shara was telling Randy about the email that she got, or the message she got from her saying that she wanted Jeremy to pay off all of her bills.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
And it was an audio. They were just playing the audio recording of Lynette Preston saying he's going to pay off my stuff, get my ex-husband living somewhere else. Amen to all of that. All right. So you are Mr. Shockett. We're starting on line 6.
Now, you just said when you heard that and it's on your messenger. That was the beginning of her contact with you, right?
Yes.
Here we go. Continue.
That voice clip was at the beginning.
Right at the beginning. She told you right at the beginning she wants to sue him, and she even had in mind what she was hoping he would settle for. Right?
I didn't hear that voice clip until I went back. She said it at the beginning, but I never listened to it.
Oops. That's fascinating. Yes. Wait, no, my bad. When it came back and forth, I was like, wait a minute.
Sorry, that was my fault.
No, that's all good. I know, but she said it at the beginning of your contact.
Yes.
did it again. She said it at the beginning of your contact with her, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Which is the first few months of 2023, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue. But it's interesting. If you would have heard that, you might have had a different set of interactions with her. After that.
I understood later that she discussed wanting to sue him because she felt like he was destroying her, defaming her. But this was, when I heard this, it was very different because at that time, if I would have heard that, I would have thought a lot of things were different. If I would have known that she'd contacted him to come with the tractor, I would have thought things a lot differently in the beginning. I didn't know that.
Right. And this picture. This picture that you posted is the background of this audio. That's what is that a picture of?
It is Jeremy Hales running to her to help her to remove. It was a there's a video that goes along with it, and you can see it's a very large tree. So really, it was a risk. It was a risk to himself to move this huge tree. It's not, these things can be dangerous. I'm just saying. And he was also working on a property that he thought she owned, which was another concern, I think, if I would have known at the time. But I just think that he was there to help her. He came to help her. He was being a good neighbor and helping someone who asked for help.
Okay, let's continue.
All right, I'll be her. He called the 911 after yelling out of the camper. She was holding her hands and shaking her hands and saying, "I'm terrified of you. You're going to kill me.
What in the world is that from?
I don't know.
I mean, for real. Like, it's supposed to be about Jeremy?
No, I think she was talking about Tyra.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? Okay. So who do you know that's Miss Preston's voice, right?
Yeah.
And what's that left at you on Facebook Messenger? That audio file.
Yes, it's a voice, it's an audio file. But it makes me sad because of other things that she said about that young lady, which
Well, who do you know who she's referring to?
The young lady that came with her grandson. She was, I believe, she was 18 or 17 years old. T, I believe her name was.
Oh, this was about T. She's talking about T. Okay, hang on. Again, audio recording.
You've got a gun. You're taking Xanax. You're going to kill me. You're going to kill me.
What in the crazy hell, man? I'm screenshotting a few of these. I'm just trying to remember some of the, just the crazy stuff and who it belongs with. Like I said, so many things have come up in this. If there was one person in a string of recordings, usually you can remember them. We've hammered them in so long that you'd remember all of that. But my God, there's so much in this mess. I don't know if I'm allowed to discuss. Wait, my bad. Let me ask you. Let me add it again. Let me ask you that. Do you know whether or not she takes Xanax, Miss Preston?
I don't know if I'm allowed to discuss medical things. Like I don't have a lawyer with me, and I don't know if I'm permitted to do that. So I don't know what to do with that.
Do you know, just Or do you know? If you don't know, it doesn't matter. Do you know?
I do know, but I don't want to give out any medical information without.
How did Miss Preston tell you?
Yes, she told me, but I don't want to say what the medical information is.
Well, what did Miss Preston say about Xanax?
I don't want to give medical information because I think there is. I don't know if I can do that. I don't understand.
We're not. We're not asking you to say whether it's true or not. I just want to know what she said. You've already said that she's told she's made false statements before, right?
Yes, I've.
Okay, so just we're not going to whether we believe it or not. What, if anything, did she ever say about her taking Xanax?
I just don't know what to do when it comes to medical information. Am I just to talk about that stuff? If I am, let me know because I don't know. I don't have a lawyer here to tell me if I can do that.
It's not protected information, actually.
No, it's only protected if you are the doctor who prescribed
if you're a
it.
provider. Yeah, a lot of people misunderstand.
If someone
know.
tells you they're on a medication and then you're asked about it in court, you just tell them, yeah, she said that. Again, like he said, this is not for the truth. We're not after this for the truth of the matter. We're after it for what she said. Statements.
Regardless if it's true, again, regardless, you are not a provider. You don't have to keep any of this confidential at all. I mean, I applaud her for not wanting to really throw that out there. That is pretty nice given everything that these people try to do to her too. But so I'm asking you what she said. That's all.
She discussed medicine, but I just don't want to give medical information. I don't feel comfortable. I don't know how to go about that.
Well, let me make sure. You do know she's told you.
Yeah, she's told me.
That either she does that take Xanax or doesn't, right?
She has discussed it.
Okay. And I'm not going to ask you the answer, but I just want to make sure you do know what she said. She either said that she does take Xanax or she told you she doesn't take Xanax.
I do know.
Okay. Playing again.
And so they called and the sheriff asked the sheriff, who was Deputy Kinnick, if I could throw them off the...
I don't know. That just made me laugh. I want to go back on this one now. Before that, you were shown a screenshot when she was talking about tea. You posted this as a backdrop. Is this about tea or is this about...
No.
Is this about something else?
It's
right?
It's about something else, yes.
Okay, let me stop you there. So this came from a Facebook chat.
Yes. Yes.
And earlier you said you didn't know her name, Facebook account name, but now does this refresh your recollection that it's Preston?
Yes, Senior. Yeah.
Senior, huh? And that's Miss Preston, the defendant in this case, right?
Yes.
Okay. And she says in this post and you have a thing here, June 27, 2023 at 12:35 p.m.
That sounds right.
Is that when this post was?
The audio was more current, and that post is the date that what you do, if you hover over the post, it'll give you the date.
Gotcha.
So you just put your mouse over it and it pops the date up on next to it. And they also have the date in between chats.
And you take the screenshot with the mouse like that?
Well, yeah, you hover the mouse, you just hover over the comment and the date pops up right next to it and you screenshot.
Gotcha. And let's see how honest Miss Preston is this post, shall we? She said in the post, "I am always honest. I do not lie." Is that in your opinion, is Miss Preston being truthful with that statement?
In my experience,
She has not been truthful with me.
So, there's Manskin.
You can be him.
Form. Form. I'm gonna get it now.
Form.
Oh my God. She's not always. Miss Preston. For clarification, is this a post or a chat?
It's a chat.
Whoa. As someone who's an experienced attorney, Mr. Manskin, you do know you're going to get to your chance to ask questions, don't you? It's called cross-examination. Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
That's hilarious. Now, for the third time, I'm going to ask you not to do that. I promise I won't do it when you question this witness. You'll only hear me say form or objection to form. So please save your questions for the cross-examination. And please do not interrupt this witness's train of thought again. Like, it's sad, the judge has never gotten onto this stuff, by the way. And some of them.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever read this transcript, and he really should.
He should read, like, any of them, though. I mean, the stuff that Bruce has done is so out of line when it comes to deposition.
So out of line.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to, again, form, objection to form. That's pretty much all you hear, with other people there. You don't hear them, like, arguing, telling the witness they don't have to cooperate. Like that, things like that are insane to see. So, let's go back. I'm so sorry, Miss Wolfe, that it happened again. And Miss Preston said in this post, or whatever this was showing, she said, I'm always honest. I do not lie, period. In your experience with her, is that a truthful statement?
No.
Okay. Then she says, I have no reason to lie. God hates liars. Lying hurts people. I have been watching this property for 2 years prior to them looking for a property. Then all of a sudden, he says he's buying property in Florida, and they are here looking. Then one day I watched the video and I saw a video and he was looking at property in Otter Creek. I thought the property he was looking at on the side of town, not by the property I was looking at when COVID hit. We had no choice but to sell our house and get our baby out from the neighborhood. Too many people, too close. God. The beer bug would have killed her. And probably would have killed me. Oh my God, dude. Are you kidding me? The neighbors, you know what? We have neighbors. Actually, I have relatives that have all kinds of issues, immunodeficiencies. And guess what? They survive living in neighborhoods. It's strange, isn't it? But so we had been watching this property and I saw the property went back up for sale. It was way more than it had been, but it was still something we could do and paid cash. So we did it. We sold our house and we paid cash for the land. Did I think about Hales when I bought the property? Yeah, in the sense that my property values would go up. He was supposed to build something back down. Yeah, I guess I did read that right. Back down, back there, and put in alligators and animals. And that would have been cool having that across the street. But I did not stalk him. And was I a freak fan? Was I a freak fan? Yeah, I like it when they freak. And the moment we met him, the minute he stared at her boobs, that's what you were talking about.
Jeez. I was looking for this.
And just because I watch a video or parts of a video doesn't mean I'm a stalker.
It's just so bizarre. I mean, to say, oh, he's just staring at boobage. God, at least she didn't say he was staring at my boobs. That stuff I'm telling you, the stuff she said about Mr. Granger, you know, he wanted to sneak over, you know, because essentially he wanted to have a relations with me.
What?
Yeah, back in the
Boy, she has an active imagination.
oh, gross, man. That was so. I was like, oh, you know. I mean,
I think she still thinks that she looks like she did when she was on the pole.
gross, man. I was like, oh, gross, man. Okay, that's what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, correct.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, she said she started defaming him immediately after he helped remove that tree. And I know this because Jamie told me a lot in writing in Messenger that she was accusing him of being a dog. And this is directly after he helped remove that huge tree from her. Well, it wasn't her property at the time, from the property.
You know, that's the thing you see a lot of, though, isn't it? I mean, she goes and she talks trash about people when they are helping her. You know, you see a lot. All these people, again, you know, look at what they admitted to.
Like, remember when, was it Therese Granger who helped her when, was it John?
Saved her. John, that's what I was going to say. Saved his life. That's exactly where I was going to. And look what they've done to her in reply. And she was, she admittedly was talking to them for counsel and stuff. And Madam Mayor was helping her out. You know, she was being nice. She was being a nice Christian neighbor. You know, she was treating her decently. And what does she get back for it? Oh, Lord, man. You know, and of course, I realize people don't do that to be treated a certain way. But still, you know, every single person. That's why I said these ecosystem people, man, you better win this case. Because if you don't, they will ruin you. And when they do, you know, they will play the victim. They'll do the same thing like they did when they went after the donor and everyone else. I mean, it's something else. But anyway. So I see. So on the one hand, outwardly, she's being still friendly to Mr. Hales, but
yes,
right away. Let me finish. Let me finish, Megan. Jeez. But right away.
Don't push it.
Hey, you are not the nice one here. She's saying bad things about him right away to Jamie.
Please don't do compounding questions. It's hard for me because I want to be able to answer each one at a time because you go from one question to another. And that's what I'm having a hard time with. If you could just.
Okay.
I would appreciate it so much.
God, Megan. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, Megan. Yeah. I'm not sure I understood that. What do you mean? How can I?
Like when you ask a question, let me answer that one before you ask the second question next to it, because I'm trying to answer the first one and then I forget what the first one is.
Shara, you can tell is nervous.
Yeah.
She says it here. Actually, I see it. All right.
I'm nervous because I haven't slept all night. This has been very hard on me, this situation.
Coming up on a break. Hold on.
Oh, here's Miss Preston, an audio recording. They asked the sheriff, who is Deputy Kinnick, if I could throw them off the property or if the law stands and they have all the rights to my property. And he.
All right. We're gonna put that down. I'm gonna ask you then, Miss Wolfe, put this here. Can you see this on the screen?
Yes.
So this is a Facebook chat where you're having with Jamie Starr Johnson. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
This would have been August 29th,
yes.
2023. Okay. And she said to you, you see, I have a lit. Oh, probably mean a lot. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, am I reading this wrong? Probably meaning a lot. More, I don't expose. Like her talking about how she would get money from them before she moved there. And what she said about it while I was there.
Yes.
That's wild too. You know, when you think about that statement. Of course, they want to bury Jamie Starr Johnson and talk about her being a junkie and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, because she apparently knew quite a bit about what happened at the beginning there. She was actually glued into it. I hope I hope she keeps up with what's happening in the now, and that motivates her to talk about every single damn thing that came up, by the way. You know, I really
And
do.
according to Shara, whatever bad thing happened with Jamie's kids after this, she says that Lynette got involved with that.
What do you
So,
mean?
Like
She-
Jamie had a run-in with CPS after this and has been in a battle for her kids since then.
and Lynette
And
got
she
involved?
believed that it was Lynette who called them
Oh,
and
wow.
told them a bunch of lies about her
Holy shit.
that got her kids removed.
Man, if it's the truth that Lynette Preston was contacting CPS, and then she's
I'll just say that's
she's
what Jamie
also-
believes. I'll say that's what Jamie believes. Jamie believes that Lynette did that.
if that turns out to be true, whoa, man, you talk about the hypocrisy, considering all the statements and stuff. Okay. No, I'm gonna hit. Wait. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit pause on that one. So, did you get this at the time?
I got a lot of comments at the time, and I was kind of juggling between the two of them because they were both catfighting each other at the moment because of what happened on the property.
I misread that. I thought it said catfishing each other when I first looked at it. I was like, wait, how's
No, God, that would be
Yeah.
terrible. She was writing texts, and she was writing texts and demanding I cut her off. And I wasn't reading both of their chats fully because I didn't want any part of it. It was drama. It was complete
that.
drama. And I was trying to focus on the town hall case that they were all pulling me from consistently. So I would read and skim through some of it. And it wasn't until I went back and read it fully that I saw things in these comments. And yes, I saw that when I went back.
It's kind of fascinating in the moment. I mean, there's so much stuff. I wonder how much is still sitting around that Shara, that she hasn't. It just doesn't click. Yeah, I'm sure you do that. With just looking at the information that's public in this. You'll go and you'll look at something and look at it, and then I don't know, a week later, maybe something will just fall into place. Like, oh my God, So I can only imagine what she has from all the communications. There's got to be some wild stuff in there. All right. So when you went back, okay, so did I was. That's the last question before we.
Hang on a second. I got a kid raid. Hangry, wait. What? Tell me about baseball. You scored what?
3 times.
You did?
Yeah.
3 times?
Yeah, and I
All right. That's good.
You caught a fly ball twice? You got 2 outs?
Yep.
And 3 runs?
Yep.
Shut up. They beat the other team 11-1. Come here. Give me a high five. That's awesome. I'm sorry I missed it. I wanted to come. Oh, I know. I can't believe I missed what a win. Oh my gosh. They haven't been able to play baseball in so long because it's been rainy and horrible. And apparently they killed it tonight. He looks so
That's
excited.
awesome. I used to play
Oh my
baseball when I was a kid. Man, that's great. Feeling.
Yeah. I was taking him to all his games before when my husband was traveling and stuff. So I was at every one. And then I just got back and I've had all sorts of stuff going on. So my husband took him tonight. But normally I'm at every game. So darn it. I can't believe I missed that. I was going to go. I had some time to go. And then I got stuck making a thumbnail. And I was like, if I go now, I'm just going to have to turn around and come right back. Like I might be able to see maybe an inning. So I didn't. But darn it. I missed it. Okay, well, I'll go on Saturday for sure. All right, where were we? You were at line 20. Did you just read line 24?
I don't know. I have to look back. Give me a second. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. I'm ready to roll down.
Okay. All right.
Or we take a break because they're about to take a break.
Right. They're going to take a break.
Did you ever follow up at the point when you got this with Jamie Starr Johnson about what she said? It's amazing. You were like, let's cover the Shara stuff. And look how relevant this is to what's going on right now because of the Jamie Starr Johnson stuff we just read.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? They're trying to bury Jamie Starr Johnson. What is it, 2 years after the fact, too? Because she went out and helped her in 2023. And now she's out here in 2025 calling her a meth head, talking shit about her.
Mm.
That's just, again, I would not help these people myself personally because I see how they treat other people. And ultimately, I'd be afraid that they would, it wouldn't be an if, but a when they turn on you. So with Jamie Starr Johnson, about what she's saying, she has a lot more that she doesn't
Since then?
expose.
Since then? Did you say since then, you asked?
Yeah, since then. Yes, since then.
No, I haven't spoken to her about it since then. No.
So you never received from Jamie Starr Johnson what else she would have been exposing Miss Preston?
Nothing other than what she chose on her own and to start sending me during the time that she was sending these chats, which I've gone back to look at, which included pictures of very sick animals. She sent me a lot of pictures of things, including beautiful pictures of Otter Creek and sunsets. There were a lot of different things that she sent me that I went back and I went through, and there's a lot there. I have not gone through it all yet, but she sent me a lot of the things at the time. And when she got home, because she sent me a lot of items that were stolen from her on the property, she claims that they were stolen, and I believe her that they were stolen because I collected the police video eventually because I couldn't collect it right away. I collected the police video, and the policeman told her that the Levy County Sheriff told Preston all of these items that are in these bins under the mobile home here, under this camper, you must give this property back to Miss Johnson. And she didn't give it back to her. She kept it. And I don't know if she sold it or what she did with it, but there were thousands of dollars worth of property there. And Jamie made a list and took pictures of everything that was there. She calculated everything that was there, and it devastated her because it was items from her family, important items from her family members, and everything that meant a lot to her. Jamie went through something very devastating there after coming out there to help her clean that property.
By the way, let me note this, since you haven't done this very often. If you would like to support the channel here, if you enjoy Megan being back, as she has her gambling losses, No, but if you'd like to support, make sure that you tell people we're live. Megan is back, so
I promise not to spend it on. I promise not to spend it on slots. I'm done with that.
To be
now.
fair, she did spend it other person's money, which is the smart way to go. Yeah,
that's a much smarter way to go. If I had to gamble with my money, I wouldn't have done it.
I won't.
I would have been like, no, thank you. She knew that. That's why she was like, here, take this money and gamble.
Yeah, I don't. I can't stand to lose my money.
No, me either. Me either. I can't do it. It's too upsetting. Like I can't. One time I gambled. I lost $120 in less than 10 minutes playing blackjack, and I went, oh boy, nope, never again. Never again. This is not fun. This is not fun at all. It's just not fun. Some of you are asking how to send a super tip. Well, you go to supertip.gg/Megan Fox, and you can access really fun AI voices, which are just simply for parody and comedy purposes only. They are not the people they sound like, and they are your words in fantasy AI voices, like this one from Puzzled Puzzler.
I have a pole I bounce on too. John and I will put on a pole bouncing show you'll never forget.
No, nobody wants that. No, absolutely not. We do not want to see that pole show. Okay. But yes, please do support the show. Send a super chat, super tip, like, subscribe, all of that. It's all good stuff. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's see. Whoa. Where were we at now?
You were at line 18.
Okay. Take a break. Take a few breaths. We're going to come back at 1. I'll stay. I'll leave this up. I'll just hit the video and audio close. You want to go off?
Sure.
The record court reporter.
All right. Now we're getting back on the record. Okay. Pick up where we were. And here we're back to the audio recording of Miss Preston. I told him I have all the rights to my property and all rights to Lloyd's camper that.
God, talking about Lloyd's camper. How did that play out, by the way, huh? We haven't heard them bring up Lloyd's camper in a long time.
True.
They haven't. I mean, it's like this chapter.
They're being sued for that whole thing. She's being sued for the trespass lawsuit.
Yeah, of course she should be. I mean, she went out and the Grangers incurred cost and nobody understood. I couldn't even get answers about that litigation. it was funny because one time I sat down and I asked Travis about it. I was like, hey, man, have you heard anything about this? Because I was trying to find out what one document was that came up. I was like, have you heard anything at all? It's like, man, I don't even know what's supposed to be going on with this. He's like, is this still ongoing? It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, who the hell knows?
Well, apparently the people involved certainly did. So, all right. So you can hear that, right?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
We let them stay here. So they lived here. I have to evict them to get him out. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to do the eviction notice.
I'm going to hit pause. That's the drive-through sign, correct?
Sorry,
so
I
they're
was
watching.
coughing.
So they're
Yes.
watching they have the audio playing underneath, but they're looking at the pictures. I get what this is. You
Okay.
remember that video she put up, and it had the at the beginning it had pictures of Jeremy Hales on the tractor. Yeah, that's what this is. Okay. So all right, and you received that
Yes.
from whom?
Jamie.
Okay, and that's what do you know about where this drive-through sign is located?
It's at the Hales property entrance, I believe, because I haven't been over there myself, but that's where I believe it to be.
Okay, thank you. Here we go.
In case they don't leave. His girlfriend started all of this. For one, Landon woke up pissed off because the electric was off. First thing he did was walk outside and yell, Is that fucking cord unplugged? Plug it back in. He thought I unplugged him. I did not.
I'm going to hit pause for a second. Do you see what you placed as a background now, Miss Wolfe?
Yes.
Okay, so this looks like what I was referring to. It's a group chat. Is that correct?
Yes.
So when I ask you, it says old group. Now, Shara, that would be you, right?
Yes.
Who's Angela?
I have no idea. I wasn't in there getting all in the chat, so I don't know. I don't know who Angela is. I don't know who Paula is.
You
I do know.
and John. That would be John Cook, right?
Yes. Marla.
Marla?
I know.
We're going to have a whole conversation later about Marla.
Oh, boy.
I wonder what "oh boy" means. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder what that means exactly. All right. Lizzie, who's that?
I have seen a couple Lizzies posting on my page, but I don't know who they are.
I think I might have a kid raiding in a second. Just got home from church, so I'm going to get a braid there. Hey, kiddo, did you have fun?
Annie wasn't there.
Oh, man. Well, give me a hug. Here. And then
Can my two friends were there, but Annie wasn't there.
Oh, well, that's good, though. Cam was there. You could have fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, we were
around?
playing tag.
You were playing tag.
Freeze tag and number tag.
Oh, my goodness. That sounds like a good time. Did you have fun?
Yeah, freeze tag is my favorite game.
Okay. Well, hey, go get your tablet and stuff. And put it down. We're going to do this for a little bit, and then we'll watch something, okay? Does that sound good to you? Yeah.
But we better get a good movie that you don't watch.
We might. We'll see. We'll see what's up, okay?
Yeah, let's watch one that you never watched before.
One movie I've never watched before. I'll think about it, okay? You go have fun. Love you, kiddo. Love you.
Love you too. Have a good day.
Have a good day. All right.
Aw.
You have a good day,
Aw.
too.
And I have a good night because it's night.
Yeah. Have a good night.
But it's nighttime.
Are you going
Yeah.
to say me for a good, have a good night?
Huh? Yes. You have a good night, too, ma'am. Yeah. No, she stopped and she said, "Are you going to tell me to have a good night, too?" I was like, yes, of course. I didn't think about that.
You have a good night.
Yes, you have a good night, too, ma'am. Thank you. It's so funny.
It's so good.
Yeah. It was funny. Like she turned around though. She held her arm out like very inquisitive, but she was like, "Did you tell me to have a good night?" Oh Lord. All right. So we know who Lynette is, right?
Yes.
Who's Michael?
I don't know.
I must say, counsel, you can't call my client by the name that your client uses on YouTube. You get to use a real name. I mean, that's real professional. Wait, is he saying they called her
Lynette? He probably said Lynette, and they're doing this thing now where they're like, it's not Lynette.
But they
wait a
told us
minute.
Forever. I
They
used to call
told us
her
that it was.
Lynette.
I know.
You remember that? Because
Yes.
they bitched and moaned about it when I said that. They were like, yeah. Because I used to call her Lynette. And I mean,
Yeah,
they spent all this time, how down they're making fun of her. I was like, okay, well, I'll make sure.
Fleesa calls her Lynette.
I went out of my way to change it because I was using her name. I was using her proper name.
Nobody is trying to call her anything different than what she calls herself. It is spelled Lyneette. We tried Lynette. I always say Lynette, but I heard them correcting us saying, no, it's Lynette.
I did many times.
Now I'm just going to call her LMNOP because I can't deal with it.
I mean, I've gotten to sometimes I'll call her Preston, LP, things like that. But again, it's this weird no-win thing. They're like, if you use a nickname, it's some kind of insulting, terrible thing. If you use the real name, we're going to sue you over it. That happened at first. But then they opened enough lawsuits that they can't even argue that anymore. It's so ridiculous, like you can't even come at that one. But they want to play the game of don't really know how to pronounce it. Oh my God. So this right here, that's amazing to me. He pulls that shit. He's like, isn't that amazing? I'm just amazed. Wow. He's making fun of him.
I like how Shara just keeps going. And I don't know who Marilyn is either.
I like that Shockett makes fun of Bruce there. He's like, isn't that amazing? I'm just amazed. Wow. It's totally wow, cool. Like, oh, it's awesome, dude. Yeah. I love it. All right. Okay.
The only people I know here are John, Lynette, and Marla.
Okay. So when this was sent, July 31st, 2023, was this a message in a chat that you were reading?
Well, recently I went in and read this and found it. But at that time, she would randomly add me to these different chats, which I thought was a little odd because she was making these tons of different groups that she was typing in. And it didn't make sense to me either, even in this whole picture of this case, why you're writing to all these different people in all these different chats. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But this was...
Why would you do that, though? I mean, that is pretty stupid. I mean, you're being sued. You're having all these issues. So you're going to add random people, people that, again, sooner or later, somebody is going to, they're going to say what's going on. That always happens, no matter what. Whether you're in the right, wrong, somebody will eventually leak your messages.
Right.
So strange, though. Okay, thanks. So let's continue. And I will send this entire video as Exhibit 2, this video file.
Okay. Working on power lines. The whole town was out of power, and that pissed him off. And I asked him to go to the store with me alone, and I wanted to talk to him, and
Now, this is what we were talking about during your testimony earlier. This is a message where she said, this is between you and her. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And this is June 19th, 2023. I forgot what your testimony was when you read this. Did you read this contemporaneously on June 19th, 2023?
Let me read this one more time real quick, okay? I don't remember actually reading it then. I mean, I don't recall reading this, but like I said, a lot of text that came in, I would read some of. I wouldn't scroll up to read the rest. So I didn't read every single thing because she was writing a lot. Like there was constant movement and it was like a little too much to keep up to.
I would love to just see the uninterrupted flow of all of that too. I realized God,
I wish that she had videoed it. Like when you get to the top, Shara, next time you get to the top of one of these things, screen record and just scroll slowly through all the way to the bottom.
She did that for one of those discussions to prove that it was real. Remember, they kept saying that they were fake or whatever. So she kind of called that
we
out.
need to teach her how to do screen recording and not record from her phone onto a screen, because then it's unclear.
Yeah. Actually, you just need a good program for that, Shara. We can recommend you something, though.
Yeah,
sure.
there's a plugin you can get on Edge or whatever that's called Record, and it just screen records anything you're doing if you just ask it to screen record.
I have that debut video capture. I like it because of the way it sets up. I can record anything in its mother. Anybody ever looking for a program? It's an old one. I mean, it's not one of the, if you want something that's new and fancy, of course, that isn't what you want. But if you just want something
real basic, it'll do anything on your screen. It'll do the audio. It'll do all of it. It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah. That's kind of what mine does. I can set it how I want, clip what I want. It's pretty simple.
Right.
Just point, square it off, click.
Yep, exactly.
All right. So let's see. We're on 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just to be clear, when she first asked me to look at us, right? No, that's you. That's you.
That's me.
Yeah. So
just to be clear, when she first asked me to look at the story in March, I didn't look at anything. And then I believe it was even weeks later before I started to even look. So it was a while before I kind of went with what they were asking me to come in and look.
Gotcha. So you probably didn't go back and watch the night before video on June 19th.
Oh, I don't know. I would have to look back and see if anything indicates that. Or go look at the video, pick the date and look at the video and see what she's talking about, because I don't recall.
Okay. Got it.
I wanted to have our last conversation be alone, grandmother and grandson, like my last conversation with my grandmother. That's what I hoped for, but the little
click. I'm just hitting pause. Now you use as a background here another exchange between yourself and her. Is that right?
Yes.
And this was July 2nd, 2023. and on July 2nd, 2023, Miss Preston told you, I need to sue this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And this little head come pounding over. Grandma, can I go with you? My phone is dead. My mom's going to die today. She's not going to last the night. My phone's not working.
And that just reminded me of something. Has Miss Preston ever mentioned to you anything about her mother dying?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, she mentioned that, well, you probably heard that, I guess that she was in her sick bed and she was dying, and she did run to her. I think she took the baby and ran to her and to be with her and stayed nearby in a hotel. And I don't know exactly what they did, but somehow she was okay. Like, she made it through.
Did Miss Preston ever tell you that her mother died?
Yes.
When did Miss Preston tell you her mother died?
Sometime in the last year. I can't really pinpoint when.
And how did she tell you that her mother died? In person, on the phone, on a message?
No, she just said it, like probably on the phone. She would say,
What was?
She would say.
What was your reaction?
A lot of.
What was your reaction? I mean, did you offer any of your condolences about her mother dying?
Well, she said that she died, but then she said that they got her back to life, basically. So I was.
She's a zombie.
I was happy to hear that she was okay.
Oh my God, that's scary, dude.
I really need that on my soundboard. Oh, I don't have it on the soundboard, but we have the next best thing. It's a super tip. Thank you, Dan Davis.
My mother died. My mother didn't die, period.
There we go.
Hey, that was perfect, actually.
Yeah, it was good timing.
It was. Oh my God. I've been organizing stuff over the last week again. New stuff about new players, and holy crap, some of the new stuff that's coming in. So As journalists, did you ever ask her, for proof of dying, such as pronouncement by a surgeon that she's dead, or a death certificate, or anything like that?
No, I didn't see any purpose to the story of going into any of that. Like, she talked about a lot of things that didn't really,
Okay.
a lot of stuff that I just kind of ignored because it didn't have any place in collecting the story. It just,
All right, I understand. So this, what you have as a background here, August 8th, 2023, Marla is saying to the group, keep going after his money. He would disappear from your life, except he's got funding to remain there. Do you know what Marla was referring to?
no.
Okay.
But it sounds
You,
like money. Sounds like money.
money, money, money. Right. Exactly. And do you see where? And John said, what about me?
Yeah, and I don't know what Michelle said, as you can see, because I had blocked her, so I couldn't see her messages, didn't appear on here. I had also blocked John, but I unblocked him because when I went back in the chat, I noticed that he was blocked and he said things, and I was concerned about what he might have said. So I unblocked him to go in and see what it was that he had said. And that's when I found those very alarming comments.
Well, what about these comments did you find particularly alarming?
About this comment about money?
Right.
Well, it goes along with the theme of everybody going after Jeremy's money. I guess it sounds like to me.
Yeah, and did you see where and then and how do you understand, if any understanding you have, when John responds, what about me?
That I don't know, because I don't know what she said right before that at this moment.
But do you see where Marla then at the bottom comments, of course, it's hard to...
Oh.
Can you read that?
I can't read it because the little button that plays the video is sitting right on it. Well, there you go.
How about that?
Yes.
Of course. But I just want you to understand that they're likely not going to be a case strong enough against him personally.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, maybe he said, what about me? Because he wants to sue him. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what it could be. I would have to see her messages with this, but I couldn't.
What do you think, by the way, about the John stuff? There's been a lot of talk about that over the last few days. So that's something that really got loud, while you were away. It's the whole he's out on his own. They're talking about.
It's just more of the same old grift.
I think it's crazy.
I can't rely on John. John's not a part of it. I'm trying to leave him. I need to do this on my own. That's how she raises money. And then they'll just they'll skip town and go someplace else together.
I don't know, man. I think sometimes he is also set up as the fall guy if things go bad. She said enough terrible things.
She's blaming him. She's always blaming him for everything. So why wouldn't she blame him if things go bad? Sure. I believe that.
Yeah, I think it's been set up from go. He's just, I don't know. Is he so stupid he doesn't know? Or I mean, I'm really confused about that part. When somebody says these horrible things about you, you staying with that. You staying in when they say horrible things about you being an abuser and all of that. I mean, that seems like admission to me. If you're not like
it does.
It's weird. Anyway.
It is weird.
Okay, so what about what do you feel about Marla? Is this Marla huge?
Whoa. She's slandering me all over the internet. So she's...
Is it Marla huge?
Yeah, Marla Hughes. Oh yeah, she's a trip. She is, I think...
Wait, H-U...
That...
Go ahead. H-U-G-E, but dumb as a box of rocks. So no, wait, that's not H-U-G.
Welcome to the shit show every single day.
Don't fall in because you don't want to play.
All right, let's skip down to 9. We don't need to spell her name 8,000 times.
Okay, tell us what you know about Marla Huge.
Well, she's out there telling everybody all over the internet at the moment, like it's been going on for weeks now, that I was hired by Jeremy. I'm a Jeremy mole working inside the case all along.
You missed that too. So did you catch the live stream talking about the mole?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So it got leveled down to it's a Dave. You know?
Oh,
But
really?
which one? Yeah. So, he brings up some interesting points at the end. He was like, well, it could be MLS, or it could be this one guy who, disappeared for a while, was kicked to the corner, then he comes back, suddenly he's forgiven everything, even though he had to quit, because of his mental health. Huh. That's kind of fascinating, isn't it?
Well, also there's a third Dave. What about donor? What about donor Dave?
Yeah. No, it's
I thought
somebody in the
you guessed
lawsuit.
it was him.
It's somebody in the lawsuit, though.
You
That's
think?
the other thing. Yeah. So, it was somebody with glass. Wait, he said, I don't know correctly. He was asking a few things. We know it's a man. And he was like, well, George kept saying, well, that's kind of confusing, like who's a man and who's not in this mess.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can tell.
Yeah.
That's
but
not exactly a great descriptor,
like
considering who we have to choose from.
But it is somebody that's in the case, and it boils down to a Dave. So we don't know which one. I like this. I like this stupid Dave idea. Personally.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I think it is. That would make a lot of things make sense, It would. Again, I don't know. I have no idea which one there, but it would make a lot of sense. Because, this guy, again, remember he made a video where he was talking about being kicked out of the family, because of Ray and 2L and all them. And he disappeared for like a month. And then he comes back and he suddenly, he's gotten permission again, I think, to make stuff, but he's popping up on all their platforms. Oh, man, that does seem very mole-ish. So
it does.
It very well does. But anyway, I digress. All right. So we were in the middle. Sorry, I cut you off there. I just wanted to, because it was Sunday. We didn't get to talk about it yet.
That's all right. All right. Let's see. Where was I? That I'm a Jeremy mole working inside the case all along, and that what I'm doing is criminal. Basically, that's what she's lying about me, saying that I tried to make it seem like Jeremy hired me and Jeremy's doing this. Again, Jeremy's fault. Blame Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy's fault again. Jeremy's doing this. Jeremy has nothing to do with this. Jeremy and I didn't have any kind of contact between each other other than the video that happened. So this is completely.
Hey, I'll be right back. Just give me a minute. I'll be right back.
No problem. I've got some super chats I got to read. And let's see. I got that one. Lori Netzel gifted 10 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird in here and, you're stuck now. You can't leave. Once you get in, you never get out. And Moody Nana, thanks for the 2. Fighting the Z's in UK. Love you both. Yeah, I know how it feels to be tired. That's how I feel after Vegas. Oh my God, I am so tired. I didn't sleep very much at all. It is just, it's weird that it's open. It's like they put something in the air to keep you awake. It's weird. I couldn't sleep. I tried and I couldn't. And I swear they're pumping chemicals through the ventilation system that just keeps you awake. I don't know. Are they blowing cocaine through the vents? I'm not sure. All I know is I had a terrible headache and I couldn't go to sleep. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Hey, Megan. Hey, Max Lab. How you doing? David Meadows, thanks for being a member for 7 months. Says, man, I miss Jeff. Yeah, I do too. But hey, now you can go to Super Tips and you can use Jeff's voice and it sounds like this. Thanks, Dan Davis.
Welcome to the den. It's weird in here, but you'll get used to it or you will rage quit.
That is correct. Or you will rage quit. Allie Kermit Lips, thanks for the Aussie $2.99 WBMMM Muppet Mafia Mama and Torin 3. Torin, I got the braid. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Says, I hope you're happy with your braid. I just opened it today because I just got back from Vegas. So it was sitting on my desk. That's the only reason why I didn't contact you and tell you, because I literally just opened it today. But thank you. It's beautiful. And on my next stream, when I have the camera on, I'll show everybody. It's already hanging in my studio. Mama is Kalama. Thanks for the 5. My grandkids were there this past week too. They went to the show and absolutely loved it. No shows like that in Hawaii. LOL. Well, but Hawaii has great hula shows though. Really good hula shows. I mean, if the luau's and the hula shows are fantastic there. I mean, maybe there's no half naked girls spinning around on roller skates, but you got to take what you can get, right?
All right.
Right.
I'm back.
You're back?
Yep.
All right, cool. Did you hear that Legal Vices super tip? I loved it. Listen to this.
Welcome to the den. It's weird in here, but you'll get used to it, or you will rage quit.
That's funny.
It's really good. It's really, really good. And maybe not sent 5.
Hey, Hangry, great job. Keep your nose to the grindstone and you will be varsity soon enough. Hey, Hangry, great job. Keep your nose to the grindstone and you will be varsity soon enough.
I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it just replays twice. I can't figure out why. All right. So back to this.
Because it wants you to ask why. It's like, I will make her ask why.
Yeah, it's very strange. Okay. Where were we? Oh, Jeremy's fault.
23. Yeah. Are we there? Okay.
Yeah.
So you said, Miss. Go ahead. You said Miss Preston said that you were a mole also for Mr. Hales, right?
And they're all saying it now. Every one of them, including those 2 fleas in a pod. They're saying that from the very beginning. I was hired by Jeremy and I've been a mole all along. How on earth did he know all these personal things about her life and her inside her home? Well, because she was texting it everywhere. That'd be the only people who would know. She, Michelle herself, or Preston is texting everything all the time to all kinds of people. It has nothing to do with me.
Actually, you know what would make sense too? One of these people is actually a mole and they're leaking all of that stuff, and then they're blaming Shara for it.
If she's like creating all these groups with randos that nobody knows who's who, it could absolutely be somebody who's reporting back to Jeremy or whatever. She's not very, it doesn't sound like she's being very careful about who she talks to.
No, I imagine if you got that many people, I imagine she's talked to other folks out there as well. I wonder how many people that have maybe walked away or God knows what. I wonder how many other people are out there too that have pieces of this stuff that are just, laying around that we don't even know of. Because, there's got to be more. I mean, like you said, she was not careful with it at all. So, Ryan, when it comes back, who did this? And then she's accusing you of doing it, right?
Oh, they're all trying to accuse me of doing it because I'm telling the truth in this case. So they're trying to make it look like Jeremy sent me in here all along to extract information to give him. That's what they're accusing me of, which is completely false.
Could you imagine the long game to that? I mean, honestly, you're telling me that Jeremy Hales, he planned this that long, and somehow
how would he find her in the first place? How would he find Shara to be just the right person that Lynette would contact? Because if I remember
she
correctly,
contacted. That's the thing.
Contacted her.
Yeah, that's what's throwing me with that. I mean, he looked ahead so much. He was like, well, let me think. Who exactly is connected to this Jamie Starr Johnson? That lady right there. She's going to be the one she contacts.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really difficult to pull off.
I don't know. Then again, I've seen videos with Preston, in them. She was probably screaming about it on the back porch,
Probably.
I'm going to contact this person, So, right, in addition to that, that's one way of looking at it. But you agree with me. Another way of looking at it is they're also making a false statement about Mr. Hales.
Yes.
Saying that he hired you to be his mole. That's a false statement.
It's defamatory to both of us at the same time. Yeah. 100%.
I said, no, I'm sorry, but I want to talk to Landon alone. Oh, what the fuck? Turns around and walks back in.
So now, do you hear just now Miss Preston say the word fudge?
Yes.
And you heard her say before, I never use profanity.
Yes.
We'll continue.
Camper. It was the beginning. She then opened the door. She started screaming at me. She was jealous. She didn't want Landon to go alone with me. I might try to talk him out of liking her, or I might make a pass at my own grandson. God only knows. She's a jealous, manipulative.
What kind of fucked up weirdness, by the way, is that? I would never think to say something like that.
I don't know.
Ever.
She's bizarre.
It is like, oh, this girlfriend is so bizarre that she thinks that I would hit on my grandson. Well, what? That seems like more of a statement about what she thinks about you as a human being, and it's pretty gross. All right, I've got to go back to that. Sorry. Okay, I'll get off this. I just want to stop it and ask you a question here. The background for this portion of the video, you chose a chat between Jamie Starr Johnson and yourself.
Yes.
And on August 10th, 2023, Jamie said to you, quote, I watch it and he used many reasons. And from her lying ass, of course, one would be concerned. Let's stop. Do you understand that the he is Mr. Hales?
Yes.
And the her, Miss Preston?
Yes.
So Jamie.
I know it's relating to what it's relating to is the day that Jeremy was at the town hall and was discussing Jamie. But little did Jeremy know that those were lies. That Jamie is not the things that she had said.
Oh, so it's talking about when she was accused of being a crackhead, all this other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. Like everything we'd heard about her, I mean, it sounded pretty awful. So, okay.
Right. Jeremy was repeating what he had heard from Preston, and it caused Jamie a lot of harm in her life and a lot of pain, which I won't get into right now, but it was.
Oh, okay.
But I don't blame this on Jeremy because Preston is the one that said those things about her. And Jamie, well, that's what Jamie was discussing here. This hurt Jamie's life more than you know. This whole situation of what happened when she went there, that's what she's referring to here. And everything that Preston was saying was a lie.
Right. But even now, Jamie is saying, and from Miss Preston's lying ass, of course, one would be concerned.
Yes.
She made me out to be someone I'm not. She being Miss Preston, right?
Yes.
And I? And I being Jamie herself, right?
Yeah, and I know Jamie since 2018, and all of the things that Preston said she is not. I've known her for many years and worked with her one-on-one, not on the internet, together at courthouses and everything. I know Jamie very well. Jamie has never, ever, ever once lied to me about anything. I've worked in her cases. I've helped a criminal case with a troll. I've helped her in many ways. She's never lied to me. So it was very hard for me hearing what was going on and then hearing Preston demanding that I don't speak to her. And then being accused of giving Jeremy information that Jamie was never working for Jeremy as well. And she even said Jeremy was paying her.
So, would you agree with me? This is another example.
Yeah.
Of Miss Preston being friendly with someone until there's something done and that she does not agree with, and then attacking that person.
Yes, and I know what it was.
What was it?
She wanted the camper.
The what?
The camper.
What about the camper?
She was hoping it would stay there and Jamie would go. How do I know that? Well,
no, that's wild. You see, that's what I was asking you. That's what I was asking you earlier about that. Why? What do you know about why Miss Preston would hope that Jamie's camper would stay on Miss Preston's property?
He was discussing it, staying there for her and her child, and she even told the police that, I believe, on the police audio file, that the camper was going to be left there for her and her child. And that's not what the plan was. Jamie tried to take the camper off the property to leave, and she wouldn't let her take the camper and kicked her out and wouldn't let her come back on to get her clothing or anything. It was devastating. Jamie had nowhere to go. It was devastating. Stuck states away from her home, kicked out of the camper, away from all of her belongings, and she lost everything.
Where's the camper now?
The police,
If you know.
the police took it because it turned out to be a stolen camper that was sold to her husband. She didn't do anything wrong. Jamie didn't steal anything. It was
I understand.
not stolen by Jamie.
Understood. So this thing here where she said, even in that meeting, she tried to blame me, but says Jeremy brought me here. She's so full of, and how and when did he do that? She's talking about, you're saying that in August 2023, Miss Preston accused Jeremy of bringing Jamie Stark Johnson as a mole for him.
Yes, and Jamie was upset because Jeremy was repeating things that Preston said about her. But Jeremy didn't know those things were not true when he said those things. So Jamie was very, very distraught over that, as anyone would be.
I got a kid ready for a second.
Okay. Not a problem. We will hit super chats and super tips. Puzzled Puzzler, thanks for the 5.
Oh my God, I just saw Lynette and John's pole dancing extravaganza. My eyes will never be the same. Oh my God, I just saw Lynette and John's pole dancing extravaganza. My eyes will never be the same.
And Iowa Gale, thanks for the 5.
For hangry, so you hit it out of the park 3 times. Way to go, slugger. Mom was there in spirit, honest.
Skip for trucking, thanks for the 5.
I've had it with you too. All of my supporters are now going to come into your chat and pay to spread my lies. Truth, I meant truth. I will defend my lies by calling them truth.
This woman make me look normal.
And Puzzled Puzzler, thanks for the 10.
I lie a lot. In fact, I always lie. But if I'm lying about always lying, then am I telling the truth?
Maybe.
The truth is I lied, so I didn't lie. I lie a lot. In fact, I always lie.
No.
But if I'm lying
Not
about
again.
always lying, then am I telling the truth? The
There.
truth is
No,
I lied,
I can't
so I
make it
didn't
stop.
lie.
I kept going over and over.
It just kept going. I don't know why it's doing that. It's driving me crazy. All right. Let's see. Where are we at?
What line were we on? Sorry.
Actually, you know what? This is a good time to stop.
All right.
So we're gonna quit here. I'm gonna read super chats and stuff. Do you need to get going?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Somebody's excitable after church. And
Yes,
stuff.
I thought so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. We'll pick this up at another time.
All righty. Have a good one. It's good having you back,
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Even though you are the meanest person I know, and me being such a nice person.
God, get out of here. The worst.
So mean running me off.
How dare he? Really. And L Flocking Lou, thanks for the 5.
Because we all miss him. Safe harbor. Ah!
Weirdly, that actually worked out pretty good. Thanks for the 10, Jason.
Maybe I am the mole.
Oh my goodness. Maybe she's the mole. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That would be so weird. Sweet Fly, thanks for the 149 super sticker. Appreciate you, and I love your icon. That is so fun. Audrey Little, member for 13 months, says, much love, Megan and Tug. Happy to continue helping the haters writhing in agony. Happy birthday to me and all my fellow Geminis. Happy birthday, Audrey. I hope you had a really happy one. Melody Couture, member for 3 months. Seems like longer. LOL. That's funny. Peggy, thanks for the 5. Welcome home, Megan. Well, thank you. I'm glad to be home. Vegas is exhausting. That's all I know. It's exhausting. I'm still so tired. I got home. I actually slept on the plane on the way here, and I never sleep on planes, ever. But I passed out on the plane. I was like mouth open, snoring. Then I got home and I crawled directly into bed. I didn't even change out of my airplane clothes, which is gross, and I should have. But I was so tired, I crawled right into bed and I passed out for about 4 or 5 hours. And then I got up and I had dinner and I went right back to bed and then got up in the morning. I'm still not recovered. I'm still tired. It's so weird how that place keeps you awake. Like I could not sleep. And I swear there was a weird smell in the room that kept coming in through the vents. And I kept thinking, like, are they pumping like a chemical in here that is keeping me awake? But I had a bad headache. So I didn't want to go downstairs and keep gambling because my head hurt. So, you know, Vegas, you should really let people sleep. They would spend more time in the casino if they could sleep. Jack's mom, member for 5 months, says, is that defamation? Who knows anymore? Maybe thanks to the 5. Jeff didn't have to pardon Tug. That's true. He didn't. Lorraine Capazzi became a YouTube member. Thanks for that. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird in here, but if you don't like it, you will rage quit. And then we'll come after you because, you know, you can't leave. You're not allowed. Angela Banner, thanks for the 2. Tug assertive. Megan aggressive. Double standard. Exactly. It is this way for women, though. Women and men. I mean, like women are always, you know, we get the worst rap. When men are assertive, they're powerful. When women are assertive, they're just a bitch. You know, it's just how it is. Iowa gal, member for 2 months, says Megan is right. It's weird here, and you already know no. This is true. Jesus Azabal, thanks for the 5. Hi, Megan and Tug. Keep up the good work and breadsticks. Well, thank you for the breadsticks. We appreciate you. Rhea Norman, member for 8 months. Stupid Dave has been crying and denied ever contacting Jeremy via email. Jeremy showed the email Stupid Dave sent him. LOL. Well, from what I understand, it was an email from someone named Dave. If Stupid Dave says it wasn't him, I mean, I guess we can take him at his word. It was somebody named Dave. Maybe it was a different Dave. I don't know. John Baker, thanks for the 2. Think Ray is John's backdoor bro. Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't even know what that means. Lorraine Capozzi, thanks for the 20. I got married in Vegas. And yes, I took my kids. They were 12 and 8 years old. We booked at Circus, so they had lots of fun at the circus. And since my mother was there, she did a lot of babysitting. Well, that's fun. I hear they do have things for kids. The Strip is such a weird place. You know, there's like half naked people everywhere. And there were kids like on, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about this, but maybe they don't notice. You know, what do I know? Snowy Hurricane, thanks to the 5. Have we talked about Shara being a nutter who made fake certificates claiming to be a would-be famous recording artist? I don't think they were fake certificates, and I looked into it and I couldn't decide either. I couldn't figure it out either way. So they're probably not fake. Catherine Imhoff, thanks for the 5. Megan equals medium nice. Tug equals size 14 nice. Medium nice. Size 14 nice. That's funny. Paul C, thanks for the 20. If Lynette on pole had as many poles out, she would be a porcupine. Oh no, these are terrible jokes. Kay Kirkpatrick, thanks to the 2 for Hangry and his great game. Oh, thank you, Kay Kirkpatrick. I appreciate that. D Johnson, member for 1 month. Love your icon. More than a month. She says, I love the your Miss Piggy nurse thing. That's hilarious. And Jeanette Babicki, thanks for the 2 super sticker. And Skipper Trucking, thanks for the 10. Last time I went to Vegas, I landed at 11 a.m. Got to South Point at 1, took my stuff to my room, and was in the casino until 10 a.m. Only thing I ate in that 24 hours was the olives in my Bloody Marys. Oh, that's another complaint I have about Vegas. So you think the place is open 24 hours, right? Because the casinos are open 24 hours. So there has to be food. Yeah, no, there's no fucking food anywhere. All the restaurants close at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. And anything after that, they have like a couple of things that might stay open a little later. But then the lines for those places are crazy around the casino. So if I were to go back, I'd probably bring a bunch of snacks because there's nothing to eat. And like, you're not going to go out on the strip at 2 a.m. looking for food. That sounds dangerous. Even though when I did go out on the strip with my girlfriend, we were walking around, I found this like really cool, like little food court that had a ton of like little noodle shops for ramen and like hot dogs and like all kinds of stuff. But I don't think I'd want to go wandering out there at 2 a.m. looking for food. So that is logistically not great. If they kept those restaurants open, people would sit there and eat. I mean, there were so many times when we were so hungry. We're like, we would eat anything right now. It wouldn't matter if it was a $200 dinner. Like, we will eat. We're starving. And there was just so little choice. It was frustrating. Rozilla's Realm, member for 9 months. How many people have bet that Peyton Manning hits a house right off the first tee? I don't know what any of that means, but that's because I'm not a sports ball fan. So I'll take your word for it. L Flocking Lou gifted 5 Megan Fox memberships. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird here, and if you don't like it, blame L Flocking Lou. Okay, it's her fault. Jesus Asabel, thanks for the 5, or better say it is a real sick person. Wanda Perez, member for 9 months. Hey, Megan. Hey, Wanda. I love your Muppet, by the way. And Lawanda Lavarnway, thanks to the 5. It's not nice fighting in front of the children. Well, what do you expect? Sometimes mommy and daddy fight. Kat Buchanan, thanks for the super tip.
Took my son out on rural roads in the dark on his first on the road practice last night. Stressful. Give hangry high fives from us.
Thanks, Judge Bev. I appreciate that. So that's it for the show this evening. Thank you so much for being here to welcome me back after being gone for all that time. It is weird getting back into the swing of things. You know, Tug asked me, was I going to go live tonight? And I almost said no. I was almost like, I could use one more day of vacation, you know? Like, I could use one more day just lazing around and sleeping it off. But nope, I'm back in it. I'm back in it for the long haul. All right, where am I going to redirect you? Is Shizzy on tonight? Let's see, shall we? Shizzy? He probably is, right? Not coming up. But sometimes, let me see. Sometimes that doesn't mean anything. So let me check his page real quick. No, it looks like he is not live. Curious. Okay, I guess he streamed 5 hours ago. He must have done an earlier stream today. All right, where shall I send you? Let's see, who's live? Oh, he's at Dollywood, of course. Well, do they have a live stream going? Is Expert live? Are they live there doing anything? It doesn't look like it. I'm not seeing them. Let's see, who is live that you guys know? I'm looking. Okay. Joe Neerman is live. He has been covering the Diddy trial. And he has been in the courtroom every day and giving his whatchamacallit, his updates. Do you guys want to see that? You want to see Diddy trial stuff? He's the only one that I see who's live right now. So go over and tell Joe that, and if you haven't met Joe before, Joe Neerman is a New York lawyer. He has a YouTube channel. He's very funny. And what is Vice Baby doing? He's live. What's he doing? Runkle's not live right now. Or if he is, he didn't come up. So go see Joe. He's talking about the Diddy trial, which is pretty interesting. I mean, especially since there are no cameras in there. And is he doing Maritime Monday right now? Vice Baby is? All right. Well, I already said it to go see Joe, but those of you who want to go see Vice Baby, you obviously can go and do that as well. His channel is Vice Baby, and if he's doing Maritime Monday, watching it with his dad, that's always something that is fun. But I'm going to send you over to see Joe. Go see Joe Neerman. Tell him I said hello and that we appreciate him. Okay, everybody, you take care. Have a great rest of your night. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super tips that came in. Okay, good. I didn't. We are all caught up except for Rickles, who says, missed you, Mama Fox. Well, I missed you too. And I am now back. So we'll see ya. I'm leaving now. I'm going to leave you with, what shall I leave you with? Something short. I'll leave you with this.